What is up, YouTube? This is Chris with FrozenSoldierAirsoft, and today we're going to be reviewing the little brother of the M14. This is the SOCOM M14 by CYMA. So before we go over the features of the rifle, let's go over what comes with it in the box. So the first thing that you're going to notice when you open the box is that it comes with the same manual as the CMO 32A or the big brother full-size M14. The next thing that you're going to notice is it comes with a pretty horrible wall charger. I do not recommend using this. In fact, I just recommend throwing it away. Next, it comes with a pretty atrocious 8.4 volt 1200 milliamp test battery. I would strongly recommend buying another battery because this thing lasts 20 minutes in a game. It's simply meant for tests. It's so when you get the gun, you can fire it, make sure it actually works. So the next thing you're going to notice that it comes with in the box is a 470 round high capacity magazine. It is a pretty decent magazine. It is full metal, so that is always a plus for added realism. And finally, the SOCOM M14 itself. So from starting from front to rear, I'm just going to name off that everything is metal. I'm not exactly sure what metal compound it is. It's non-magnetic, so I'm assuming it's some sort of cheap pot metal that CYMA usually puts in their guns, which is pretty decent quality, but I would not recommend, banging this thing against a tree or throwing it down a flight of stairs. It's just simply not going to survive that. But it is nice that they add metal. So starting from front to rear, the metal parts are the front adjustable sight, as well as the barrel. Now moving down, you're also going to notice that the sling mount is full metal and actually is made out of steel, so this will last you quite a while. Now since this is a SOCOM M14, it comes with a front rail, so you can attach pretty much any kind of optic that can fit on the rail. Only the top receiver and the trigger are metal on this gun, but the charging handle makes a very satisfying sound when you pull it back. Finally, the two last metal pieces that are located on this gun. The rear sling mount as well as the rear buttstock. So everything else that I named off is made out of plastic, which basically the only two parts that are made out of plastic are this fake ABS wood stock and the pretty hideous orange tip. So moving on to the gun's features. The first thing, like I stated previously, is that the front sight is slightly adjustable, but it is made out of metal, so you won't worry about it snapping if you hit it against something pretty hard. The rear sight, like the full sight, is full metal, but has way more adjustability than the front sight. So since this gun is an M14, it has three fire selections. Safe being located right into the trigger guard, full auto being located right here, and twisting this fire selector dial this way will allow it to be put on semi-automatic. One thing I'd like to mention is that it has fully adjustable hop-up located right here. This is a very well thought out and designed hop-up that was originally designed by Tokyo Marui. So even though this gun is shooting between 340 and 350 feet per second, I had no problems taking this gun out to woodland and hitting people at almost 200 feet. Now, finally onto the airsofter's biggest pet peeve, battery space. We all know, we buy a gun, we get it, we bring it home, oh, this is the coolest gun ever, but there's no room to put a battery. You only put one battery or proprietary batteries or God knows what else you can put in there. Not all your batteries fit. You don't have to worry about this with the M14. Simply lifting up the shoulder rest like so will reveal the compartment where you can put your battery. This compartment is pretty simple and is like an M16 style stock. Simply pull this button right here and that reveals your battery compartment. The good part about the battery storage being located in the full rear stock is that you can put a wide array of batteries. So you can fit anything from a 9.6 volt butterfly type, which fits in just about any airsoft gun, all the way up to a 10.8 volts large type battery. It's huge. I mean, it takes up almost the entire stock. Now, I will warn you, there is slight modification required, but that isn't anything too bad. You simply just pull out a block of foam that they put in there for some odd reason. So now moving on to the gun's internal features. Now, since this is an M14, it comes with a version 7 full metal gearbox, which is pretty good, but since this is CYMA, they loaded up with that really nasty, boogery type grease. So I would strongly recommend when you buy this, take the gearbox apart and get all that nasty junk out of there. It will run 10 times more smoother. So like previously stated, this gun shoots between 340 350 feet per second, making it pretty good for indoor play since it is a smaller length rifle. But another good benefit is that the hop-up unit is so well designed and so well built that I had no problem using this in a woodland environment. Now the barrel inside this weapon is a 363mm brass barrel. I'm not exactly sure of the inner bore diameter of said barrel, but I know that it it is pretty decent, but I always recommend a Type 4 barrel. So with that being said, that just about wraps up this review. If you guys are interested in purchasing this gun, I will put a link in the description below to evike.com, where you can purchase this gun for around $104 to $120. It's a pretty good deal. I would strongly recommend going with evike.com, since they are the nation's #1 leading airsoft distributor. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And also subscribe if you like this freaking awesome bolt. It's amazing.